As each day passes, surviving in today's economy is becoming more challenging. As an increasing number of North Americans and Europeans seek a better life, the dream of a timely and well-deserved retirement begins to fade. 401ks and other investments you contributed to for so many years, along with your much-anticipated pension plans, are quickly disappearing. If retirement is in your near future, you must be able to make your nest egg stretch far beyond what you thought was once necessary. For some, a new life in Costa Rica will become that solution. For others, retiring in Costa Rica may be one of the worst decisions they could possibly make. One way of avoiding the latter is for you to do your due diligence. Due diligence is more than just reading on the internet and watching videos depicting other people's retirement fantasies. Simply flying here, renting a car, driving to hotels, and chatting it up with every gringo you see is not due diligence. Attending a 2-day seminar where every speaker presents the blue sky perfection of Costa Rica is not due diligence. And due diligence does not mean you paying real estate agents hundreds of dollars just so they can show you their properties. True due diligence requires you to look at Costa Rica with an open mind, a mind that allows you to differentiate between the real truth and the hype bloviated by people who will financially profit as a result of you relocating to Costa Rica. That's why taking part in a real due diligence tour is an essential component in any future offshore retirement plan. And what better way to do that than by spending 3 days immersed in the Costa Rican lifestyle with noted Costa Rican expat and tour guide George Lundquist.
Hola, this is George Lundquist coming to you from another one of my beautiful offices here in Costa Rica. Do you realize that over 50% of the people who make the commitment, move down here, end up leaving within 5 years? Let me help you avoid those errors. You can join my tour and meet people of integrity who have nothing to sell you other than how their life is going for them here. My purpose is to try and give you information to help you not make that costly mistake. So join me, George Lundquist, to help you learn whether or not you are for Costa Rica.
This tour focuses, geographically, on Costa Rica's Central Valley, including the towns of Grecia, Sarchi, San Ramon, Escazú, and Puriscal. After a restful night in Costa Rica's second largest city, Alajuela, your small tour group will meet for breakfast. Here, you will have the opportunity to meet and exchange information with other folks who are seeking to broaden their knowledge about offshore retirement. The breakfast begins one of the most important lessons you will learn in order to successfully live abroad, and that is establishing your personal network. Your time on this tour will be intensive and very rewarding, but remember, this trip is not a vacation. It is a working due diligence trip. Every successful expat will agree, finding an area where you feel comfortable, both physically and emotionally, is priority number one. By now, a lot of what you have read and heard has been subliminally moving you towards owning a piece of paradise. Just remember, while it is very easy to buy here, it can be damn difficult to sell. This is why George continues to always stress, rent before you buy. With as high as 50% of the new expats deciding to return home within 5 years, George takes a no-nonsense approach when discussing life in Costa Rica.
And another good thing about our network is that us who have gone before you have made lots of errors that we bring to the party. And we're happy to share those, whether it be people or locations or whatever, so that you have that wealth of information to call on to help you move up a notch. Realize that with all the information you can gather, you're going to still make mistakes. And there you go back to the integrity of the people that you're dealing with as to how you resolve them.
But if you think you're going to be learning about Costa Rica through the window of a tour bus, then you're in for a very pleasant surprise. Because what separates a George Lundquist retirement tour from other similar tours is the constant interaction you will experience with fellow expats. On the tour, you will meet many people who have preceded you, some of which have opened up their homes to the tour. These folks will tell you their story of why and how they chose Costa Rica as their retirement destination. They're expecting your questions, so don't hold back. And don't be surprised to hear that their reasons for coming here may be quite similar to yours.
You know, you're going to age down here, and you may find it gets to the point where it's too hard. And there are a lot of people that go back for that, where they get family care back there. Now, you can get reasonable health care down here at a very good price. But people want to be close to family in their declining years. That's understandable.
While renting your home is the recommended path for all new expats, at some point in time you may decide to lay down permanent roots. Some may choose the easy path and purchase a pre-existing home, while others may search for that perfect lot in the perfect town with the perfect view and build that perfect house. Regardless of your decision, you need to do your research. This tour will begin to introduce you to many of those differences, not just in how to purchase a home in Costa Rica, but to better understand the options you may have when building that home in paradise. Most retirees coming to Costa Rica live on a fixed income, either Social Security, company pension, or perhaps a combination of both. Just how far your dollars or colones will last will be dependent on the lifestyle you choose. While Costa Rica's cost of living has increased over the last several years, it is causing expats to re-examine how and where they spend their money. While imported items tend to be much more expensive, many other necessities can be purchased at very reasonable prices. George will share with you the knowledge he has gained after more than 12 years living in country.
Buy the car there, and I don't have to pay the import duty.
Yeah, you will.
What? Every car that's come into Costa Rica legally has paid the duty.
Why bring your old furniture to Costa Rica when some of the best furniture in the world can be purchased right here and built exactly to your specifications? You will have the opportunity to check out the availability, price, quality of such things like kitchen appliances, televisions, personal electronics, and medicines. This will afford you deeper insight into what you should bring to Costa Rica should you move, or perhaps leave behind. One of the single biggest reasons people decide to retire in Costa Rica is because of healthcare. Most people believe that North America has one of the best healthcare systems in the world, but the cost to deliver that quality may be beyond your ability to pay. Costa Rica has long been seen as a medical and dental destination for many seeking these types of services outside the United States. Now, retirees are seeing Costa Rica as their salvation. One of the most confusing aspects of life in Costa Rica can be its legal system. Knowing the rules and how to apply them can be a daunting and costly task, especially if your Spanish skills are limited. On this tour, you will have the opportunity to meet accomplished Costa Rican attorneys and accountants who will answer any question you pose, whether it deals with the complex process of immigration, real estate, or even opening up your own business. Now, don't think that this tour is going to be all work and no play. There are 2 expat parties planned while on the road. Local expats will open up their homes in San Ramon and Pura Vida for 2 nights, filled with great food, libation, tons of conversation, and occasionally some great homespun music. This is your opportunity to get answers to the questions which have been gnawing at you since you began your offshore quest. The first steps in your education are some of the most important ones you'll take. It might even answer the big question, is this the direction I want to take my life? Those who have preceded you had the same concerns. The people you meet on this tour will become your support group, your network, and your gateway to a successful retirement life in Costa Rica. We hope you found this information useful and engaging. Moving offshore does not need to be a fearful experience, provided you do it with your eyes wide open. The George Lundquist Tour will prepare you for this big step. Thanks for watching. For more information, please visit George's website at www.costaricaretireonss.com or give him a call. Pura Vida.